Hey guys, working on my 2015 Infiniti QX80, and I'm gonna be doing my first oil change on this truck. Let's begin. The hood release is right here. Pull it, and our oil filter cap is right here. Sometimes you might need pliers. I think that's exactly what I'm gonna need. Hold on. And with some pliers, you can actually fit it right under here and just turn it. And there you go. I have no idea why Nissan drain plugs are always so hard to remove, but pop that out. Okay. Now we can get underneath the car. Now as we're looking for the truck, I actually don't need to jack this up. We follow this down, and there is a skid plate here that I would remove. I think there's 4 13 millimeters. You see these cutouts here and here? That's a 14 that needs to be removed, and a 14 that needs to be, or 13 that needs to be removed. Let's remove those. And here's a 13 millimeter right here. This is one. There's a cutout here and here. These two are 13 millimeters. All right, and it's 113. It's another 13 right here. And then there's one left on the front bumper. And there she goes. I'm doing this with one hand, that's why. But just pull this tray out. Big old metal tray too. With the tray off, now we have access to our oil filter. Plus, what's nice is you don't actually have to jack this vehicle up to get access to this stuff. And if we follow this back, this is our drain plug for our engine oil, which is a 14 millimeter. Let's get it off. And 14 millimeter right here. Oh, they put that thing on tight. There we go. And now it's gonna drain this stuff out. Boom. I also want to mention, some people like to start up the car and get the engine oil warm so that it pours out faster. I will say, if the engine is cold, as long as it's not like literally like wintertime, might not be a bad idea to just open it first thing in the morning, because most of your oil sits at the bottom of the oil pan first thing in the morning. Just something to think about. Now I gotta let this drain, and I'm gonna control the flow, because this is coming out pretty fast. Now I want to overfill my bucket. Get back to you guys. And before I reinstall the drain plug, what I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna swap this out for a metal drain plug, for a magnet drain plug. This magnet here, you know what, I think I have a magnet on my other car. I'm gonna show you what this stuff looks like when it captures the metal shavings in your oil. And as you see here, there's a little magnet tip. So this sits in the oil pan, and as the oil sits in the pan, this magnet is going to draw all those metal shavings out of the oil. Your oil filter does not catch everything, so this is a secondary way of collecting as many metal shavings as possible out of your oil. You will also notice that your oil will look cleaner longer. This is a pretty inexpensive thing that can last a long way. And this is just off of my G35 here. I'm just going to clean this off and just show you all that is metal fragments. Hold on, I'm gonna wipe it some more. Now I have the magnet clean, and just look, all this is metal shavings that was in my oil. Okay, so consider upgrading to a magnet oil drain plug. It's really worth it. So as you've seen, hopefully you can see the benefits of why having one of these magnet drain plugs is just so beneficial for long-term use. And that thing is no joke. All right, I'm gonna clean the tip off, pause, and we're gonna put this back in there. Okay, and now we're just gonna get this in here and go. Catch those threads. Always install it by hand. You don't ever want to cross thread anything. And let me tighten it down. And right there, that's perfect. It's all the way tight as she needs to be. Now let's jump to our oil filter. And right here's our oil filter. It is a good idea to buy an actual oil filter wrench that slides on here. I have one of these universal ones that grips it like this. And what you do here is you kind of hold it in place and you slowly turn it. If I can get it right. And here is the universal. Here is the appropriate size. What you can do is, when you're at the store buying your oil filter, you can just compare the sizes. And the new filter should be the same size as the old one. And you just get it on here like this. And you turn it by hand. And look at that. It's coming right out. Thankfully, Nissan installed a drip, a little plastic dripper to help with this not spilling everywhere. Very good job, Nissan. It's not often I say that anymore. Boom. And we'll let this drip for a while and we'll get our new oil filter on here. And I'm using a Mobil 1, an M1-110A. If you're using full synthetic, do not cheap out on your filter. I'm not saying you gotta get Mobil 1, but don't buy the little $3 filter when using synthetic. Make sure you get a filter that is for synthetic oil. You can pour oil in here because it melts straight up. It melts up like this. You can pre-fill this with oil. Just take it into account when you're adding it to your oil change. But get some clean engine oil, wipe it around the seal, and let's install it. Just make sure you clean this off with a paper towel. Make sure the gasket is removed. You never want to double gasket it, and that will drip forever. We'll clean it off after, but we're just only going to install this by hand only. Just like that. Do not put a wrench on here. You don't want that any tighter than that. And I'm gonna clean this tray off, and we'll put the tray. We'll clean this off and put the tray back on. And with that cleaned off and installed, I'm gonna do this off screen. Put the tray back in. Remember, it's just 4 bolts here, and this cutout, and this cutout. And we'll jump to the oil change. The oil reset. Now with this, visually, if you look underneath of the thing, just make sure that you can see that the hole is going into the funnel is going into the hole. I will be putting it takes 5W30. I'm using Valvoline Restore Protect full synthetic, and this thing holds about 6.8 quarts, which to me means 7. I'm gonna put a whole 7 in there, and just take your time, and I'll get back to you when I fill this up. And remember to put your oil cap back on. And that's it right there. Alright, let's go in the car. Let's do the oil life reset. And without putting your foot on the brake pedal, 1 time, 2 time. Everything is on. And I think we're actually going to transition to this screen here. I think we go to, let me go to info. Yep, info. Click the info button. Shoot to maintenance. And right here for the oil filter, engine oil, I'm actually going to set the interval to, I'm going to set it to about 6,500. Reminder on, reset distance. And I always like that about Infiniti and Nissan, how you can choose when you want to do your oil filter changes. Remember, oil filter is the same. I'm gonna do 65, reset. Tire, I'll keep that as it is for right now. And other reminder, we're just gonna leave that. And now we can start her up. So I'm gonna let her run. I'm gonna check for leaks. And other than that, Thanks for watching, you guys. Till next time, out. Bye. And that green plug is clean as a whistle, baby. I'm out of here.